Homebase is the best for reduced plants. So you get a whole thing of pansies for £1, and they're dry, but they're all right. So I've got a whole load of them and some violas, and then they've also got some hellebores. I love this antique colour, and they are down to £4. Poor things. There's so many of them as well. I want to save them all. Where we had that cold snap, look what it's done to the leaves. A lot of my plants have had a bit of a shock. Hopefully they'll still flower and be okay. Bless them. So it's a little windy. I hope you can hear me over the wind. So I'm thinking with the new hellebores, I'm going to pop one here. So pretty. It's got like an antique look. I think those colours go really well there. And then one literally right across from it. This one looks really, really healthy still. As for the pansies and the violas, I'm just literally going to pop them here, there and everywhere. I've got loads of space, so I can just fill them in here. And this is after I've actually wiped my hands off. My garden, I put so many plants in it and it never seems to fill up. It's just like a void. So there's only one tray I didn't put in. These ones are looking a little worse for wear, so I'm just going to leave them in the pots and let them bounce back a bit. I've watered them in. So like I said, I put a hellebore there, and then a one across from it. Put some of the violas here, there and everywhere, and the pansies. This one needs to come off actually because it's been broken. So I've lined them the whole way around. But yeah, put some in here. And you think all those plants, and I just done this area, I didn't even touch the main part of the garden. It's mad, isn't it? This is a new bed that I've been working on, and I put a couple of those pansies in here as well. I bought these, but I haven't actually put them in yet, so they're just sitting there for now. I'm going to go in though because it looks like it's going to chuck it down. Another day of gardening. So I popped these white hyacinths either side of this evergreen geranium, but I wanted to share because you know how I was really panicking about having this symmetrical and stuff, and for the most part it is. Like you have this beautiful tie-dye one here. Sorry if you can hear that siren, but you know that happens. And there's one here, and then a white one there, and a white one there. There were some this side, but Ella, you know, she just loved the flowers, so she pulled a couple off. But what I found really interesting is I kept all the cards and I put them in order of when they come up and also height. So mostly they came up in order. But what is really fascinating is, yeah, let's come to the tulips. These ones, yeah, where are they? There's none that pale pink in here. I mean, there are a couple that haven't come up yet, but again, I put these in order, so these ones should have been the first ones to come up, but nope. And then these ones, very, very pink. Honestly, they all look the same. Those 1, 2, 3. They're clearly different tulips because that one's very frilly, that one's not, that one's taller. But they are all the same colour, so lies, I tell ya, lies. Those should have come up next, but they haven't as yet. This blend, I had this blend, and again, apart from the tie-dye ones, the rest of them, I don't know, they're all the same colour. How funny. These ones, so pretty. Where? They haven't come up yet. And then these blue ones. Oh, I loved this blue. Again, unless it's these ones, unless these are blue, I'll be gutted because I love that colour. So I didn't actually show when I sowed these seeds, but it's amazing how some come up really well and then others you don't get much luck. So I've got some foxgloves here. These ones are pink and I have signs of growth, And then the red ones, no signs of growth. I'll give them a bit more time. I did do these ones a bit later than these ones, very clearly. Tomatoes, no signs of growth. Petunia, no signs of growth. Spring onion, I have one spring onion that's come up, so I might sow some more of them. The geraniums, this is a weed. How did that get in here? Get off! Actually, that's not a weed. That should be in here. That must have jumped ship. That's a sunflower. These are sunflowers. These geraniums, I had geraniums last year and I just clipped a few bits off of them and tried to grow them on, and actually we do have signs of growth. Sweet peas, these were from last year, so I bought a plant from Morrison's last year, and then at the end of the season I collected a load of the peas, a load of the pods, which is funny because they twirl up, look. So I kept them, let them dry out. I'm going to share these with my friend Paul, and I think Sherry wants some too. I have a pea in here. Oh look, that's dropped in. Let me get them out. Out. So in this one I've got peas. This is a really good one. So I'm going to plant them up. I've got some cheesy cauliflower, some cosmos, 2 of them. Carrots, definitely need to get them out, especially these ones. And then I've got some stocks, and I'm going to divide these up. So they do look a little lost in these big old pots. Really, I should have grabbed another one of these green ones and just divided them into these. I'll do that for the others. And this one is a bit small, but it'll bulk up. I didn't want to fill it all the way with dirt. There's no need. I'm just going to let them grow up a little bit in here before I put them out into the garden. But one of them ended up in all these. Look. So I'm going to do the same with this one next. They look a little sad from their move, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. Well, that just doubled, didn't it? So I just popped my peas in amongst my garlic, and then I have this hole here, so I'm going to tie some string onto here and then go straight down so the peas can climb up it. So today Danny's taken out the trellis that was along here. There's still a bit left, and he's putting it straight across to meet up with the nook, and he's going to cut a circle out. How exciting. And then we put down just the shape that I want the path to be in. So there's a pentagram. This walkway needs to be moved ever so slightly, but then the gaps in between the pentagram, I'll have flower beds, so it will marry these two areas together. We were wondering, weren't we, how we was going to create the circle. We're still kind of wondering. It's an experiment, and it's not costing anything because we've already got this trellis. So
I think I want to borrow a friend's steamer.
Yeah. So we'll cut the circle out, and then it'll be so pretty. It feels so different already.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's been just under a week, possibly around 5 days. We have had some really good weather, so that helps. But these are desperate to be potted up. Look at the size of them. So I need to get these in the ground. The cosmos are doing amazing. I've even got some seedlings that are coming up as well, tomatoes and some pink foxgloves. These are sunflowers, need to get these in the ground. They're doing really well. Sweet peas, it's going to be a nightmare pulling these apart because they're all entwined, but these need potting on as well. So I was hoping to show some of my garden before a lot of the blooms, like the spring blooms, early spring, were past their best, but I kind of missed out. But I still want to show before these completely fall. I can't remember for the life of me what this is, but yeah, this is past its best now. Lots of colour is popping up. This Jacob's ladder is about to push out a bloom. This heather turned red last year. I have two. I have one this side and one down the other side. The other side's fine, but this one, I don't know what's going on. It may be dying, which if it does, I'll be so sad, because that always happens. I like to mirror my garden, but then things don't make it and then it's off. So these are looking really pretty. My primrose are still blooming. Ella likes to collect stones around the garden and just pop them places. That's what she likes to do. These are now past their best. These little bluebells. Got some gladiolus coming back from last year. There's a sunflower there that I think needs a drink. It's not long been moved there. They're a bit thirsty as well. The irises, again, I have one here and one there that's going to bloom any day now. And then I did have two either side of here, but for some reason I've got the green foliage, but not much else. Always the way, isn't it? These are balloon flowers. Won't be long till they're up. No buds on this rose yet. Won't be long. My peony, I do have a blue bud in there. So hopefully that the ants don't get it and that pops. My azalea, this was looking stunning, but it's fading now. This is a new addition. My friend Paul got me this. He has a couple in his garden and they're huge, like taller than the fence. So yeah, when he bought me it, he thought it might be yellow. So he's like, don't plant it, I think I bought you a yellow one by mistake. But no, it wasn't. He's like, you have to give it back to me and I have to get another one. But no, it was fine. Yeah, see, this is the other heather, which is looking absolutely lovely. I did put my sweet peas in. My lilies are coming up. See, the thing is, you know what I used to do? I quite often would tuck what things are here, so I don't forget. But then little lady moves everything. Grapevine, these things that I need to find a home for. That one didn't send up a flower head, but because there's green leaves, it may just be storing energy for next year. This is the hot lips, so that'll have a nice red colour to it. More primrose. You hear my knees? They always click. This is pretty. Poppy. And then Danny finished the circle that I wanted. He made, yeah, from the trellis to bend the wood. He's so smart. He used a steamer to steam it so it would bend, but he did it while I wasn't here, so I couldn't get any footage of it. The reminiscence of my tulips. Hiya. Hiya. I'm just leaving them to die off, so hopefully they come back nice and strong next year. Elderberry. Yes, May. You leave them flowers, little lady. You leave them. Hiya. Are you a good girl? I'm already training it to go over to the new trellis. I love these. I'm going to plant a ton more of these in the autumn. So next spring there's like loads more. If you see, you know, I like things to be even, which is so silly of me, and I need to get over that, because in a garden it just doesn't work that way. So I have the different heights, that's fine. I think this one's white. It's not yet bloomed, but this has that bigger leaf than these ones do. I'm thinking the one that hasn't bloomed may actually be white, which isn't too bad, because then at the end of each one it's white. Well, you know, fingers crossed. There isn't much down here, because even though this is early morning, so it's got a bit of sun now, this part of the garden gets shade really, really fast. This bleeding heart is huge. I need to dig it up and divide it so it's smaller, because it's taken over this hydrangea. But again, this is past its best, because it was really, really pretty. Let's see if I can see some blooms there. Bleeding heart is the one that I divided and gave some clumps to some friends. So as you can see, it's much smaller, but it's absolutely fine. A lot of my garden has suffered because of the frost that we had. I did lose a couple of plants, and my hydrangeas particularly did suffer. You can see a lot of the leaves were frost damaged. I'm hoping they still push out the bloom. I did have a Aston bee in here, but I lost it. So I need to find something nice and tall to go in that spot there. Oh, hello, princess. You good girl? She's so loving. I'm in my pyjamas. But Ella's dressed, so you know, priorities. This little forget-me-not. Some more bluebells. Uh-oh, who did that? Let's put that back. Fish pond needs a clean desperately, because I put a net on, because we've been having attacks from that heron. The netting, for some reason, the algae just clings to it, so it's making cleaning so hard, because where before I could clean the sides of the pond, I find it so hard to get the algae in between the netting. So, but it keeps them safe. So back there I have some foxgloves. That one particularly looks like it's gonna pop at any time. Granny's bonnet, it's about to open as well. My green man, he has pink hair because he's about that life. I do remember the name of this. This is called Little Princess, because when I bought it, it reminded me of Ella. That's for there. See, I'm going to try and keep the tag. Greenhouse on the whole is doing pretty well. I did have tomatoes in here, but Ella pulled them out. So I need to sow some more. I've got some peas, put some poles in to support them. Hiya, my little shadow. Hiya. Garlic. Funnily enough, I've got a potato that's come up from last year, so obviously I didn't get them all out. because this year I've put my potatoes in this side. So they're my potatoes. Carrots, something's eaten them. I've only actually got 2. I do have some garlic in there. Ella, leave that, Bubba, because that's prickly. That's like a little orange tree thing. You smelling it? Does it smell nice? I planted them in the autumn. Still haven't managed to pull them out yet, but I will do. Cabbage. And then a few things that I need to get in. These are my foxgloves. We've been busy bees, haven't we? Yeah, we're so busy. Yeah, can't really get much done when she's around. Bless her little heart. You like to help me, didn't ya?
Nah.
Nah, yeah. Except for you're not helping. You just pull the flower heads off all the flowers. Some things I can't remember what they are. Like, this is very clearly a plant, but I have no recollection of what it is. That happens, right? You just put things and then forget. So I have started something here. Digging out grass is hard work, but I wanted a pentagram pathway. We most probably will end up making it brick, so that pathway here you have to change in line, and then this bit of wood will be moved. But for now I think I just want a grass pathway, and yeah, and in the little pockets have plants. I don't know if I'm going to take the inner star out, so I've got more garden space, but then you have to walk round the outside to get anywhere. I still need to dig out this section, so that'll bring this flower bed further down, and then this section from the greenhouse, and then I'm going to have a stepping stone in the middle to get into the greenhouse. I planted my blueberry, and I've got a raspberry as a bush as well, so I think I might put that on the other side. So I don't know if I want to put herbs, strawberries, maybe a mix of vegetables and flowers. So then the pathway goes down here. Just, you know, a pair of scissors holding it down. Hello. You excited? It's not a dog, it's a cat. Where's that cat? You be nice.
Mama.
Yes, a cat. Oh, the cat's gone to sleep. Cat nap.
Wow. We've upgraded from playing with one of Danny's socks to actually going and getting a couple of toys. Is he funny? Is he funny? Oh. Uh-oh. This cat is so funny. The first week we had him, he explored downstairs. The second week we had him, he explored upstairs. And we're going into our third week. So he keeps coming in and out of the garden. What's he doing, Ella? Is he under the trampoline? Let me see. poor cat still don't have a name. Hello, Puddy Cat. He's going to think his name's Puddy Cat. To be fair, it comes to anything at the moment. I really like Jinx, but Liam's not having any of it. Liam's like, anything but Jinx. We say Jinx. Say Jinxie. Jinxie. To be fair, when I call Jinxie, Pixie usually comes a running. So it's probably not the best. Oh my god, where's the cat gone? He's exploring. Hello. What are you doing? Are you watering Mummy's flowers? You're such a good girl. You can do this one. You can do this one. Oh, you're so good. You're such a princess. Even though I haven't uploaded a vlog in quite some time, I just have had a few snippets on my phone that I thought I'd just throw them together and upload them anyway. So here's what my garden's looking like now. When we had a lot of wind, the fence panel went, and at the time Danny was recovering from his hip operation. So we are saving up the pennies to replace the posts and go concrete. So that's why that's like that right now. Oh, this needs deadheading. It's the heat, isn't it? It's so warm. I've been watering my garden as much as possible to keep it happy, but it's definitely struggling. Aren't we all? These lilies were meant to be pinks and purples, but they're not. They're a completely different colour palette, and I'm not sure if they're my vibe or not. I wouldn't typically pick orange. I like the pinks and the purples and things like that. That's what I find relaxing, and my garden is definitely for me to relax in. It definitely helps with my mind. I have been struggling lately with my anxiety. I think that's a lot of the reason to why I haven't been recording. I've been stuck in my own head. But this space definitely helps me with that. For some strange reason, this lavender is blooming and this one isn't. I've got a couple of blooms on it. But usually when you walk through here, it's like walking through lavender and it smells amazing. Look how full the garden's looking now. I know I said it in my last video, but I will try and record a bit more. Cameron's on his holidays. He's doing amazing. He's in Lanzarote, living his best life. I'm so proud of him. I think my fish are staying to the bottom of the pond where it's a bit cooler. My sunflowers are doing well as well. Look how tall that one is. Really tall. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.